Today, I want to talk to you about the number one reason as a leader should be creating content. And it's not what you think. Hi, I'm Rashonda Pratt, speaker and communication strategist, and I'm so glad that you are here. As you are coming in, let me know whether you're watching this live or in the replay, but putting hashtag live. And the reason why you know it's live is because you see that little pinkish live button at the top that lets me know that you're here with me in real time. Or if you're catching this in the replay, I want you to use hashtag replay. And as always, whether you're here live or watching this in the replay, if you have any questions, drop those below and I'll make sure to answer it. Okay, so here's the thing. You have probably heard from everybody and their mama telling you that you should create content to grow your audience, to get more leads, to build your brand. But I'm here to tell you that the number one reason why you, my friend, should be creating content has absolutely nothing to do with any of those things. I know. Stay with me. This is going to change your perspective and your mindset about how you should be showing up in the digital space. Now, the number one reason why you should be creating content is for you. Because here's what happens when you start creating content. And when I talk about creating content, I'm not just talking about video content. This is written content like posts or blogs, newsletters, or emails. This is video content like a live stream of what I'm doing here or short form video. It can be creating graphics that tell a story or highlight your work. Any piece of content that you create consistently really helps you to articulate your story and message. You creating content for you helps you to sharpen your voice. I always tell our clients to think like a producer, not a poster, that every piece of content you create is almost like a rehearsal. So I'm putting this content out here because I'm expressing my thought leadership about a particular matter. For me, it's expressing my thought leadership around visibility, about the fact that visibility is power, that you deserve to be seen, heard, and paid, right? I'm expressing my thoughts around that. And the more I express my thoughts, my insight, the clearer you become, the sharper you become, and the more authority you have around your message. That's the beauty of creating content. For many of you, you haven't even stepped into the content creation space because you are waiting for more information. You are waiting for it to be perfect. And what I'm telling you is to embrace progress over perfection and take what you already have and start putting that out there. Because the more you put that out there, the more you start to become clear about the message. The more you start to see what resonates, what doesn't work, right? The more you start to discover your voice and your insights, because what is happening, you are committed to putting yourself constantly out there. And so that means you have to stop second guessing yourself. You have to stop shrinking your message to fit in. You have to start walking in places and spaces, and even in this digital space, like you are already the owner of the table. You're already the owner of the table. Now, here's what I know to be true. I'm coming in hot and heavy here. I've already told you that you are creating content not for others, like everybody else tells you. You're creating it for you. So that way you can grow in your authority, grow in your message, grow in your visibility around that message. Now, here's the thing that we need to confront. There's a lie that many people believe when it comes to starting to say something, right? And I need to talk to that person today, whether you're watching this live or watching in the replay, because this is a lie that holds a lot of high capacity leaders like yourself hostage. And it sounds something like this. How dare I think I have something to say? Now, what I want to know from you is if you have ever thought that. I want you to be honest, and I want you to put a hands up or emoji or put me in the comment section. Drop a heart if that's ever been your inner dialogue. I've been there. And most recently, one of my clients expressed that same thought. Those are the exact words that she said to me during our session. We are doing a 90-day visibility sprint for leaders. And during our session, where we were pulling out her POV, her point of view, she said, Rashonda, prior to being a part of this sprint, I had this thought of, how dare I think I have something to say? And I looked at her and said, your life has already written the curriculum, your experience, your journey. There is an abundance of information on the inside of you. You're not an empty vessel. You're not a blank slate. You don't have to do any more research. You are the research. You are the case study. When I first started talking to people about this proof of concept and that visibility is power, before I ever had clients like Boeing and the Kellogg Foundation and working with high capacity leaders, and before I became a LinkedIn learning instructor, you know who I had? Me. And for many of you, you're your first case study. You're your first client. And so when it comes to me telling people about visibility is power, about how to step into finding clarity, confidence, and speaking with conviction, I did it first for the Roche Show Live experience. See, your experiences, your career, your failures, your wins, that's not ego. That is evidence of a well-lived life. And that evidence is the curriculum, is the content that you need to start speaking about. Think about the people that you enjoy watching online. Think about the content that you enjoy consuming, whether it's written or it's here in a video. 9 times out of 10, you enjoy that content because somewhere along the line, you identify with the person's story, their journey, the things that they're willing to share. See, you're not making something up. You're finally saying out loud what your life has been proving for years. You're finally deciding to say it and speak it out loud. See, the enemy of visibility, being seen and heard, isn't a bad algorithm. It's the belief that you don't have permission to be seen. And I'm here to tell you, you do. You do have the permission to show up, to be seen, heard, and paid. So when you start understanding this, what happens is the same thing that happened to my client. You start to be committed. You start to be consistent. You start to hear yourself differently. You start to get clearer on your message. You start showing up more confident in meetings. People start reaching out to you, not because of a viral post, and there's nothing wrong with that, but because your voice has authority. Consistency did that because you started to look at your life. This is so good, like a textbook. Here we are doing Google searches and going into AI, and there's nothing wrong with the Google search. There's nothing wrong with AI. But we spend so much time doing the research instead of just living our life, which is the content. Did you hear what I said? We're doing so much research because I have to have more information. I have to have more knowledge. And you already have the information. You already have the knowledge. You just have to start showing up and commanding it, communicating it. Because here's the thing. You're already an expert. You are. Your content doesn't make you an expert. Your lived experience, your journey, your knowledge, that's what makes you an expert. If this is resonating, for those who are watching this live, throw some hearts on the screen to let me know that this is resonating, okay? Those who are in the replay, let me know what is your biggest aha moment. So you create content. The number one reason isn't for people, it's for you. Now, do people benefit from the content that you create? Yeah, they sure do. But when we understand that this is about me growing in my skill and my way to communicate. See, me consistently creating content is what helped me to get comfortable in front of the camera. It's what helped me to become an Amazon bestseller in 24 hours. It's what helped me to be comfortable to do television interviews and podcast interviews. And my first commercial is because I was in this box right here, practicing, if you will, on how to communicate what I believe, what I have strong convictions about, what I know to be true, my experiences of working 20 years behind the scenes as a television news producer and sharing it with you in this moment. That's what helped me to own my credibility. And this is what I mean when I say that visibility is power. It's not just about likes. It's not even about the followers. All those things are great. It's about the alignment between what you know and how you communicate it. And when those two things line up, what you know and how you communicate, listen, rooms change, conversations change, and opportunities change. I know I'm talking to someone right now. Maybe you're an executive, a leader, an expert, and you've been hiding behind your title instead of using your voice. I promise you, you don't need another certification. Some of you have become a certified school attender. You don't need another degree. Having one is nice. You don't need anyone's permission. What you need is a microphone and your own commitment to show up. You need to write your own permission slip. Because when we understand that visibility is not vanity, but it is stewardship. It's the stewardship of what you've been given, the knowledge, the journey, the experience, the calling. When you understand that, everything changes. So I want to leave you with this. Again, quick recap. The number one reason why you should create content, it's not for the algorithm. That's great. It's not for followers. Wonderful. It's for you. Because every time you show up like that to share your message, you become a better communicator because of it. And if no one's told you lately, I want you to know the world needs your message. In fact, the world is waiting for your message. So if this resonated with you and you're ready to start building and start leading with your voice, I would love for you, if you're not already doing so, to make sure to follow me. And then also make sure to check out Visibility is Power TV on YouTube. If you like this kind of conversation, you like this kind of content, check out my YouTube channel because we have more of that content. Matter of fact, I went live for 25 days talking about how to build brand authority, how to get and connect with the right people on LinkedIn, why your expertise isn't enough. All of that is on my YouTube channel, Visibility is Power TV. Now, I want to give you an opportunity. If you're watching live on the replay, if you have any questions, drop those in the comments. I always make sure to go back and check out the questions. Also, if there was a big aha moment for you, if there was something that, that really resonated, listen, do me a favor. Let me know about that in the comment section. And then also hit the little airplane and share this to your stories so that the people who are your business besties or the people who are in your community can get this message as well. While we do what we do to serve others and we show up in the world as someone else's solution, the first person you show up for is yourself. We talk about this on the visibility ladder, right? 5 steps on the ladder. Being seen by God, whatever your faith and belief is. And then the second step is being seen by you. I can't be seen by community and the industry and the world until first I see myself. You're amazing. I'm rooting for you. Remember, your visibility is power. You deserve to be seen, heard, and paid. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time.